Could Google's quantum computer mine 3 million Bitcoin in 2 seconds? Wait, what? 2 seconds? 3 million Bitcoin. Wait, what's Bitcoin worth right now? Will, quick maths. 3 million Bitcoin. What's the value on that? USD? A couple of dollars for sure. 10 or 20. You go buy lunch a couple times.
Right now it's at $8,700 US.
It's closer to 88. Let's do 8,800 times 3 million. Here we go. Ladies, this is riveting stuff right here. Oh, come on, read that, Will. 264 and a bunch of zeros. Oh my God. Is that 26 billion? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 26 billion. 26.4 billion. Yeah. Or are we beyond billion? Because if we're beyond billion, we must tap it out.
This is billion. This is 26 trillion.
Stop it.
Right?
I don't know.
No. Wait.
No.
No. This is million. This is billion. Yeah, 26 billion. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Holy moly. Will.
Too many zeros.
You're our resident expert on this.
Hey.
And you're throwing us for a loop here.
Yeah. Well,
and
that was a test.
The universe is a loop, so you're throwing us for a loop. It's a lot of money, obviously. And this has been the fear when the whole quantum computer thing started getting talked about, or quantum supremacy more importantly. Now, you know what? I tried in that video to talk about it, try to discuss the concept.
Yeah.
It's so advanced, and there's levels to it to comprehend the power harnessed in something like this. So much so, this conversation has emerged about what are the actual capabilities of this quantum computing in the form of this quantum supremacy, which Google has stated they have achieved. IBM also working in the same area. And of course, when the quantum supremacy statement was made, Bitcoin people started coming out of the woodwork, as you would if you were a Bitcoin person, and started having a discussion about the security or future of Bitcoin in the presence of quantum supremacy, and whether or not quantum supremacy, quantum computing, could be a threat to Bitcoin as a whole. And so this particular article, Crypto Globe, quantum computing is typically feared due to its potential to render Bitcoin obsolete by cracking its cryptography. That was the initial conversation. It was a simple way to attack the concept. But apparently the real threat, according to a Medium post on the theory, was the capability of the quantum computer to perform a computation fast enough, capable enough to have enough horsepower, essentially, to mine so much Bitcoin so fast that Bitcoin itself would have to be adjusting for the new difficulty associated with the new horsepower that everybody else's mining potential would be rendered obsolete, and therefore the currency, if people calling it a currency, the crypto would be rendered useless, shut down, or at least it would lack some functionality. It would be held in some sort of a holding pattern on freeze. Mm-hmm. To put this in perspective, the quantum supremacy tag here has it for the computer Sycamore that Google made, has managed to perform a benchmark computation in 200 seconds that the world's fastest computer, the previous benchmark, was around 10,000 years. Now, the famous Bitcoin dude, Antonopoulos, he gets on and says, forget about it. We should be concerned with everything. Never mind Bitcoin. Anything that's encrypted, anything relying on cryptography, this quantum supremacy could be a problem for. Why are you focusing on Bitcoin? And there's a point to that. But Bitcoin, as you just saw, is a kind of hot target just because you can do the exchange that you just did. You can say, oh, quick 26 bill. in 2 seconds. Right? That's a headline. That's kind of intriguing. Now, the post has been deleted, and this guy on Crypto Globe, who deserves a shout out, obviously, Will Hazeman, he actually has a bit of an issue with the initial speculation that this would be possible, and it's mostly around a miscalculation. So he suggests that this is a little off. This speculation is a little bit off. So he says the omission here, the post fails to include the difficult readjustment which occurs every 2016 blocks. If a quantum computer did manage to mine all 2016 blocks, the network would simply adjust the difficulty, bottlenecking Sycamore's further attempts. So that's the way Bitcoin works, right? Mining the coins gets more difficult
Right.
as they get mined. Still, hang on, this is the key part. Still, in reality, the likelihood of Bitcoin network being able to produce a difficulty setting of this level is improbable. In other words, the network itself can't create a problem difficult enough to supply to the Sycamore system.
Right.
This would be like a boxing match. And it's like Mike Tyson versus you in his prime. And you're Bitcoin.
Right.
And you're you're like, I'm ready. I'll step in the cage. And then it's Mike Tyson across, and you're like, wait a second. I'm getting knocked out.
Absolutely. And then I somehow try to get better.
Yeah, you do. You got like a
in
year.
real
You got like a
time.
training camp. You got a year.
Yeah.
You're getting nowhere. You get knocked. Mike Tyson is prime.
I get worse.
You probably get worse.
But yeah.
Anyway, so this guy who was skeptical of the original article and appears to be an expert in the space, he goes on to state, nevertheless, the author is right in a sense. Any attempt from a quantum computer to mine BTC could credibly result in the denigration of the network. This is because a difficulty level set to match a quantum computer would make it so that any other more powerful machine would be able to compete to mine the remaining BTC. That is, as long as the original attempt didn't wholly ravage the network in the first place. So in other words, it would just be a network of quantum computer competition
Yeah.
if the network could even deal with it.
Can't Bitcoin's network be on a quantum computer?
Come on, Will, we can't.
Is that too much?
What does this
Too
show
much
look like
effort.
to you? CryptoGlobe.com?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, if it's an algorithm.
No,
like, it
because
could
it's
be-
distributed. Bitcoin, the blockchain, it's across all types of systems,
Yeah.
right? It's not centralized.
Yeah.
This thing is just moving too quick. It doesn't matter. You're garbage old network, garbage nodes on the network. Anyway, people in the comments are obviously going to add some dimension to the conversation that we're just trying to start here. I think it's interesting to talk about. Nevertheless, the application of this quantum supremacy, it's kind of an important component in our understanding, is that once we can envision the application, then we can start to unravel the significance. Because the initial statement about what it is or what it represents, until you can put it into some type of human terms, it's difficult to grasp the potential.
Yes.
And so that's what this is aiming to do.
Yes.
Imagine a scenario in which you're talking about some serious horsepower here that could impact the globe in some way or another. It's important to note, okay, just real quick before we're off the topic, Antonopoulos came out and said, the real threat, if we get quantum computers that can do thousands of qubits without a correction and consistent results, we have a much bigger problem. The bigger problem we have is that the entire world's classified communications, confidential communications, financial systems, etc., all depend on cryptography today. Okay? So and he's saying, why you guys, you see what he's saying? Everything's
Tied to
Threatened.
cryptography.
everything's threatened.